All right, Joel, let me switch over to the controversy that continues to overshadow your campaign, which is, of course, Secretary Clinton's emails. She was asked about it on Fox News Sunday. I want to play you her response, and then we'll talk about it on the other side.
Sure.
Director Comey said that my answers were truthful and what I've said is consistent with what I have told the American people. It is certainly not anything that I ever would do again. I take classification seriously. I relied on and had every reason to rely on the judgments of the professionals with whom I worked.
Well, the Washington Post fact checker weighed in. They're giving her 4 Pinocchios for that answer. Its worst rating ever. Joel, is she making a misstep here by not just saying, look, I made a mistake, it's my fault, and moving on, instead of trying to sort of parse words here?
I think the fact checker has failed to check his facts correctly on this one and go back and look at what Director Comey said before Congress the next day after the State Department clarified that there were 3 emails in question and none of them contained markings that indicated that they were, at the time they were sent or received, classified. So I think this is, going over old territory. People should go back and read the congressional testimony. Look, the fact here is Hillary Clinton said over a year ago that using her own emails was a mistake. She apologized for it. We are now 10 weeks from an election where the American people want to know, between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, which one of these people is going to create an economy that works for everyone, which one has what it takes to be commander-in-chief and keep us safe both at home and working with our allies around the world. That's the debate we're having. And every day, Donald Trump shows himself to be temperamentally unfit, unqualified to be president, and especially commander-in-chief. We have a man who is maligning the family and accusing them now today of viciously attacking him.
All right, Joel, I want to go back to the emails, though.
Son killed in the war.
Let me just read what the Washington Post specifically says. They say, although Comey did say many emails were retroactively classified, he also said there were some emails that were already classified that should not have been sent on an unclassified private server. That's the uncomfortable truth that Clinton has trouble admitting. You're right.
I think you're reading from a report, Kristen. I hate to interrupt you, but I think you should wait another 24 hours because you've got to go back and look at what Mr. Comey said when he was questioned on Friday before Congress. The State Department clarified.
And I heard what he said, right, and he said that there were fewer than he initially laid out. But I guess the broader question is, Joel, did these types of answers feed into voters' mistrust of her?
No, I think your questions are erroneously feeding into that, Kristen. I'm sorry. I got to encourage you to go back and look at his testimony. He definitively said no, they did not contain markings that a reasonable person would indicate to them that these things were classified at the time they were sent or received.
Well, and the counter to that is that you say a reasonable person, she was Secretary of State, and so the implication there is also that she
Kristen, he was talking about people in the State Department who are trained to recognize the classic markings of classified information. We can debate your questions all you want, but I would say go back to Director Comey's testimony the following day before Congress under oath.
All right, let me talk to